It's another week here on Greeno Eats of the good, the bad and the ugly. And if you saw the episode a couple of days ago, you will know we are in Blackpool. And you will know we've already done the good. Good news, Greenager on the camera has learned from last time and has tied her hair up before she's filmed this. Because we're in a windy little alleyway and that'll be causing carnage right now. Got my little green book. Where are we? We are at the Big Fish Trading Company. And this is Blackpool's bad. This is the worst rated chippy I could find in Blackpool. It's round the back of the Coral Island amusement arcade, which is right on the seafront. It scores 2.9 on Google and just 2.5 on TripAdvisor. People moan about rude staff, people being kicked out because one of the kids has got a stick of rock from somewhere else and you're only allowed to eat food on the premises that's been bought on the premises. Poor quality food and small portions. Yeah, it doesn't sound great, does it? But as always, we will give it the benefit of the doubt. The proof of the pudding is in the eating, which is what we are going to do. So, it says on there, you can eat in or take away. We're by the seaside, we'd better eat in. That way no seagulls are going to go and try and take all of our lunch away from us. Let's see if we can get inside, out of this wind, and get some food in. Come on. Right then, folks. Been in, placed an order. So they've got seating inside, which was pretty much full up when we went in. Then there's a little bit of seating outside on the pavement, and then this little room we've discovered as well, which is completely empty. So we're sat in here. It didn't take them long to do this. Pretty much the fish and the chips are already cooked. You know, they're getting through enough of them that are not cooking to order. They did have to cook the pie, which I think has probably just been microwaved, the meat and potato pie. What have we got here then? Well, I've told you, meat and potato pie and chips. There we are. Not the biggest portion of chips to go with a pie. £7.75 for that. Bit strong, I think. Fish and chips. Unidentified fish, doesn't tell us what it is. With a portion of chips in a box there. In fact, we'll keep that open because we don't want the fish to sweat and make the batter go soggy. And then I've got 3 different sauces here. We've got gravy to go with the pie and chips, mushy peas and curry sauce. These were £1.60 each and they're not very big portions, are they? The fish and chips itself, £10.25. Now, at Murgatroyd's, you can get fish and chips for about that kind of price, can't you? And a load of chippies across the northwest and into Yorkshire and up into the northeast. All around that kind of price range for fish and chips. And I think you're probably going to get a bigger portion than this. Also got a Coke Zero here. £3 for that. So all told, £25.80 paid. Just keep that there. Don't fly away. What are you putting a face at, kid?
Expensive for a chip shop.
A little bit expensive, exactly. And we're from down south, where a chip shop is expensive. So where are we going to start? We're going to start with the fish and chips itself. The unidentified fish. Always worries me that on a menu these days, when they say fish and chips. I think I read somewhere they do use cod or haddock. But if it just says fish, it could be anything, couldn't it? Cut it down the middle. A reasonable crisp to the batter, but not a huge amount. And inside the fish, how does that look? Nice and white?
White.
It's white, but it's not the thickest piece of fish I've ever seen. In fact, let's have a little look at it. Get some out here. There we go, that's what we're dealing with. That looks more like haddock to me than cod. The fish is okay. The batter, if you look underneath, pretty claggy. Let's try a bit with some fish in it, not just the batter by itself. Oh God, what's that there?
Yeah.
Unidentified piece of gunk. Oh no. That batter's really soggy inside. See if I can open this whole thing up. and we'll see. And in here, skinless fish. Looks a bit grey, actually, that piece. But this batter, I mean, I'm going to hold a big piece up for you now. Doesn't look appealing now, does it? Falling apart, not crispy. Yeah, that's quite off-putting. And I'll be honest, it doesn't have a great flavour because you've got that uncooked kind of batter underneath. It's kind of, yeah, soggy and doughy. Like I said, the fish itself... We've got some pirate music in the background now.
What are they playing?
I think these lots might be pirates. They've robbed me by the looks of it. We'll come into the chips. Let's get this fish out of the way. I mean, you can see just how it's falling apart here.
Can't even move it.
No, you can't. You can't pick it up and move it because it's just a big soggy mess. £10.25 for this fish and chips. What is going on with this music in here? Right. Mushy peas.
Let's have a look.
They're green. They smell like mushy peas. They're a lot runnier around the outside than they are in the middle. That suggests to me these have just been microwaved. Yeah, they're not that warm in the middle and warmer on the outside. Yeah. I think these have been microwaved and not stirred afterwards. I mean, they're not the worst mushy peas I've ever had. They're all right. But far from the best. Far from the best. Not great so far, folks. Not great so far. Going for the chips. Now, they're very itty-bitty. Not a lot of great big chips in there. And the colour of them is very, very pale. Now, that can just be the potatoes at the time of year. Obviously, older potatoes. They've got that more sort of sugar content. Makes the chips go darker. Very, very greasy. I mean, if you can come in and take a little look at the box here, underneath where the chips have been sat, that's a lot of grease soaking off of those chips in there. Now, not particularly well cooked through in the middle. I'd say just cooked. But they've not been cooked enough to make them light and fluffy. I'm guessing because they're reasonably busy, they're rushing the process.
Do you need the salt and vinegar?
Oh, man, yeah, I need something. There we are. Salt, vinegar. Is that going to bring it to life?
No.
No, almost certainly not. Now, this is a shame because I know in Blackpool there are some great fish and chip shops. I reviewed a place called Tower Fisheries probably about 18 months ago on Topping Street, which is maybe a 10-minute walk away from where I'm sat now, back off the seafront. And it was a lot cheaper than this and a lot better. I mean, does the salt and vinegar help a little bit? Yeah? Does it make me want to eat the rest of them? No? Yeah, that is pretty shocking. You go with some curry sauce. Kind of dark in colour. More of an Irish curry sauce than a regular chippy curry sauce or a Chinese curry sauce. Flavour, that's okay, actually. I don't mind that. It's just the chips I'm having to dip in it. That's okay, it's quite fruity. Good depth of flavour to it. But, I mean, you can see here, look at how greasy these chips are. Oh, it's just not right. It's not right. Now, this place is actually part of Coral Island. Because I saw they were cooking, they had hats on. And they were saying, you know, whatever this place is, Big Fish Trading Company, but it has Coral Island's Big Fish Trading Company written on their hats. So it's part of the arcade itself. I don't know, is the arcade ripping people off this much? Okay, I'm going to put a bit of this fish in that curry. Is it going to come? Look, it can't even get out. Look, it's falling apart. That's how crisp the batter is. Well, I haven't got any curry sauce on it now because the rest's falling in there. Curry sauce is all right. The mushy peas are okay. The fish and chips, far from it. Right, I mean, I was going to say cleanse the palate a little bit with this, but I've got more of the chips to go into now, haven't I? Ugh. Even that's flat. Right. Salt and vinegar already gone on these chips because I know how much it needs it. I don't know why I'm expecting these to be any different to the other ones. They're not. I mean, they're not raw, they're just not well cooked. That's rubbish. Let's dip it in this gravy. I mean, the gravy is a good consistency. Look at that. It is clinging to the chip for dear life. I'm not sure about that gravy, though. It's very thick. It's got a slightly unpleasant flavour to it. Almost like it's not been cooked enough. It's a really deep, beefy flavour, but it's kind of, obviously it's just made out of powder, I guess. It's like they haven't cooked it long enough. Oh, God. Okay, let's try this meat and potato pie, shall we? Proper northern thing, that, isn't it? Meat and potato pie.
Ew.
That jiggles like... if I'm running without my t-shirt on, which, to be fair, never happens because that would involve me running.
Yep.
But here we go. Inside is your meat potato. Yeah, that's kind of what a meat and potato pie looks like, though, kiddo.
No, okay.
You Southerners don't know nothing.
If you want a southerner too.
So, let's try the inside of this pie. Pretty bland. You expect a good level of seasoning in a meat and potato pie. A nice whack of pepper in there. We haven't got that here. It's just a bit of a shame. I mean, it's filled all right. The pastry, I mean, you can fold it. It's not crispy at all. As I said, I think I literally just microwaved this before putting it in the tray. That's rubbish as well. Goodness me. That meat and potato pie and chips there, bear in mind, I mean, that's the portion of chips. If you got that portion of chips in a normal chippy, you're not going to be happy, are you? I'm not even filling a tray with chips and putting a pie on the top. £7.75. Most chippies in the north, if you were served this for £7.75, there will be a riot. Your chippy will not be open for long. Why am I still eating it?
You're an idiot.
It's called reviewing. You got to keep trying it. You might have an epiphany at some point that something just clicks and you go, oh, actually, wow. Actually, no. How much altogether? £25.80 for all of this. Let's pop outside where the music's a bit quieter and we'll have a chat about it. And maybe I'll take you somewhere decent for a portion of chips, kiddo. Because I don't think you want to eat any of this, are you?
No, probably not. So
there we go, folks. The bad in Blackpool. And to be honest, it was pretty bad, wasn't it? There was a tram coming here. Might step in front of it like Matey Boy off Coronation Street did once. That's how bad that fish and chips has made me feel. Unbelievable. The fish and chips, £10.25. Not good, was it? The portion size of the fish was okay, you know, but the quality of the cooking and that batter was just all wrong, as were the chips. Not cooked long enough, barely cooked in the middle, greasy, not even a tiny bit of crisp to the edges. Pretty unpleasant to eat. We had the meat and potato pie and chips. The pie was bland, had very little flavour, and had clearly just been microwaved. Pastry was all soggy, and the same chips. The only advantage of that was the chips portion was a lot smaller, so there were less of them that you'd have to eat. £7.75 for that. Then the sauces. Mushy peas were okay. Curry sauce was decent, enjoyed that, probably the best thing we had. The gravy, I didn't enjoy at all. £1.60 for each of those, and they were very small pots, weren't they? And then a Coke Zero for £3. Total paid £25.80. We're outside Coral Island, and the receipt here does show that it is part of Coral Island, because Coral Island is at the top of the receipt. When we were in there, just off camera, and we were talking about it being part of the amusements, Green Asia behind the camera, who's getting far too smart for her own good with these kind of quips, said it felt like the fish and chip shop here was like a claw machine. that you get in the arcades, where you're just chucking money in and you don't win anything. That's kind of how it feels. A load of money for very little return. I get what she means. It wasn't good at all, was it? Was not good at all. £25.80. And we didn't really eat much of it at all, did we, kid?
No.
If you were going to score it, what would you score it out of 10?
Nothing.
Nothing? Wow. That is, yeah, I can't give it 0. Because like I say, I did like the curry sauce. I did like the mushy peas to an extent. But that's not why you're going to a chippy, is it? You're not going there because, oh yeah, I really fancy some curry sauce. You're in Blackpool here. There's fish and chip shops the length and breadth of this town. Some good, some not so good. This one claims to be the only one that's won some 5-star fish and chip award in the town of Blackpool. I can only assume they're the only one that entered, because there's no other explanation for that. Get yourself up to Topping Street. Go and try the Tower Fisheries. You've got the Yorkshire Fisheries up there, which everybody loves. And it's probably not much more expensive than this. Yeah, don't do this to yourselves, folks. It is a complete tourist trap. It was really busy in there. I bet not many people are coming away happy, are they? I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10, simply because of those sauces I enjoyed. And nothing else at all. Does it get Greeno's green light? No, it does not. That is a red light all day long. Really is bad. Guys who were on that really ought to be ashamed of themselves. They really did. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video more than we've enjoyed eating at the Big Fish Trading Company, we really should look at those reviews and take them seriously, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
I know it's the bad, but blimey. Do I have to put myself through that? Click a thumbs up on there, will you? Show some support for the channel. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Ding your bell for notifications. Hype the video if you're a cool kid watching on a mobile device. Right, I've got to take you and get you a decent portion of chips somewhere else, haven't I now?
Yep, because I wasn't eating that.
Because she was not eating that. Right, I'll see you next time, folks. We'll head up this way. There's some good ones up there. Bye for now.